Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw! I'm live on stream while we're taking a look at some of these patch notes that I said I would take a look at 4 times in a row and kept forgetting. So here are all the changes in the newest patch of Pokemon Unite. We have big Dragonite buffs. Its attack stat in general is just getting a buff, so this is good for any Dragonite build that you happen to be playing. It used to end at 520, now it's 550, so you get about 30 more at the top level for this Pokemon, and it starts at 165 instead of 150, so nice little attack bonus right there. Just when you would think about something like that, at level 1 having 15 more, I mean that's more than a stack of an attack weight, so that's a nice little bonus right there, right? The attack speed is getting a buff. Who knows how big of a change that will be? In general, good. You'll have different level breakpoints. We'll have to see what that means when they kind of figure all that out. Multi-scale is actually getting a buff. That's your passive. So you reduce damage taken. It used to be by 25%. Now it's 30%. That's sort of a direct buff to the Outrage build, right? Because extreme speed would reset your multi-scale. So you just have damage reduction for a longer period of time. Buzzwole got some really nice buffs. Its defenses are buffed, special defense and regular defense. Special defense actually buffed considerably. I mean, when you look at this, it's buffed by 50 at its top level. And then defenses are buffed here by, what is that? A little over 30 at its top level. So more defenses, always good. Not the biggest thing in the world, but it could help it survive some of these crazier fights. And then you've got Leech Life getting a huge buff to the amount of healing that it provides. It's now 75% of damage, which is so much. You have the bigger shield for superpower. Why? Exactly. I don't know why they changed those, but they did. Let's resize this so we can see this a little better as we take a look at the nerfs coming in here for Sableye. Sableye's HP is actually getting a pretty considerable nerf, 1,000 points at its top level. So that's a lot of HP. It also gets what looks like lower HP per second, lower attack, lower knockoff damage. Like this is like nerfs across the board to our sweet, sweet little Sableye. So I mean, I don't know what Sableye did to deserve this. Obviously, Sableye has been running amok for a little while, but holy moly, there we go. So I don't know. I'm honestly kind of shocked by these. I don't know if you guys are as well, but I'm kind of shocked by some of these for sure. That one feels, I don't know. That feels like a lot. We've got Aegislash right here. Let's see what we got. Aegislash gets a new defense bonus and a new special defense bonus. I think actually in shield form now, it has some of the highest defense and special defense in the game. It might be the highest in the game while in shield form. I'd have to look at that. It's definitely going to be one of the highest in the entire game with these changes, which is pretty considerable. But again, you know, defenses, schmee-fences, as we always say. That's, I mean, we always say this. So it is something that I think we have to keep in mind. Shadow Claw getting a buff. It's doing more damage now. So that is pretty cool. It's on its 3rd hit. No, it's on both of them. Both of them do more damage, and it looks like it's directly based on its attack stats. So it could be a good reason to run a weakness policy on this Pokemon. Glaceon getting some nerfs. Ice Shard getting a cooldown nerf, as well as Icicle Spear. They now do 1% of missing, or excuse me, 1% of remaining HP. That's actually probably a huge nerf. Like, Glaceon probably got a huge nerf. Dodrio getting a nerf here. Damage on its boosted attack gets nerfed. Why? I'm not sure. It was fine. Lapras, Water Pulse getting a nerf. This makes total sense. Water Pulse was so OP. I bet this will still be really good. But these are decent-sized nerfs. Bubble Beam getting a cooldown nerf. I'm so sad. And its Unite move also getting a damage nerf. So across the board, they are kind of gutting Lapras right here. I would say these are pretty sizable changes for old Lapras. Yeah, a lot of big Lapras changes. I don't think we have any other changes. Are there other ones? Oh, there are. Yes, I forgot. Duh. How could I forget? ZACIAN. ZACIAN gets multiple nerfs. So now it consumes more energy to use your Intrepid Sword. Your Sacred Sword has a stun duration nerf. It's more than, it's cut into a third, which is honestly a huge nerf difference on the timing there. URHSIFU also with a nerf to its Surging Strikes build. So its Rapid Strike build for URHSIFU. Did I say URHSIFU? Is getting a damage reduction. I don't know if that's going to change enough for this Pokemon, but it is something. So URHSIFU and ZACIAN both getting nerfs. Azumarill, which I just played a moment ago, getting a critical hit ratio buff, and honestly, it felt great. This Pokemon's feeling great. Pikachu badge getting reverted back to the negative 6% critical hit. They're doing something with a Pikachu Platinum badge. It'll probably just have maybe no critical hit reduction, who knows, but they reverted this. And now Lugia and Ho-Oh are both getting changes to their stats as well as changes to their colors. So it used to be red-white for Ho-Oh, and it used to be purple-white for Lugia, and now it's purple-green and brown-white, which is pretty cool. Those are really nice changes for those emblems. So those are all the new changes with the patch. Some nice nerfs. We obviously needed ZACIAN nerfs, or URHSIFU nerfs, very much needed. And then at the same time, we got some Dragonite buffs, cool. Buzzwole buffs, probably gonna be nuts. Sableye nerfs, okay. Aegislash, we'll see. Glaceon needed those nerfs. Honestly, and Lapras, honestly, across the board, I would say this is an extremely good patch from a balance perspective, for sure. And I'm hearing from the chat, check the Shedinja doll leak. I did hear about this. It looks like Shedinja doll is hitting the game on July 4th with Inteleon. That's the word. In fact, I've heard that you can play it in offline mode right now inside the... It's like there in offline mode, so you could play it. But there we go. Those are our patch notes. So I'll have a video on all of these Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion, and I'll see you all very soon. Yeehaw. Finally, a decent patch. It took so long. Yeah, it's a pretty good one, I would say. It's pretty good. Okay, before we go, here's the only thing that I think is really wrong with patches like this, okay? The only real issue with this patch and the patch before it is that with the amount of time in between these patches, it's not enough. It's been 84 years. If these patches were coming every 3 weeks, I think we wouldn't be as stressed out when one patch is like, okay, you know? But when the patches are this spread out, it feels like, man, you really just... You need to do something here. You need to do a little bit more. This is nice, though. Like, all the top Pokemon that you're really worried about are all getting nerfs, you know? I'm trying to think of anything in the top. Maybe Zoroark didn't get a nerf. That's a pretty OP Pokemon right now. There are a few OP ones that didn't get any nerfs, but a lot of the top Pokemon got nerfs, which is very cool. All right, there we go. Love you all. Bye. We did it.